I was just realizing the fact that we're wearing the same clothes for 4 days in a row is pretty disgusting, Ross. I have
I
to
know,
say.
right? Aren't we
Yeah,
gross?
yeah. I think people are going to figure out some of how we make the sausage. We actually recorded these the same day. Recorded it the same day. So every week we'll have the same clothes on for 5 days. Anyway, let me read you this person. This is Mike. His name's Mike Major, which I love considering the business that he's in. It should be Major Mike. You'll see in a second. I own and
Okay.
operate a nationwide consulting firm for small business nonprofits and municipalities to get registered in the system for award management and to complete their marketing profile. So, well, it actually says, so I can salting, but I believe that was because he was doing voice to text. So I think it's so I'm consulting. So I'm a consulting firm that helps
Okay.
businesses get registered to win and bid on government contracts, and we charge a fee to consult them and to do all the paperwork. And it's
Oh,
federalcontractingcenter.com. And
that
I have
sounds freaking awesome as a niche in a market. I think that's great.
And I know from I used to have a business that we did sell services to the federal government, and it's this is a need. I mean,
Sure.
it's a it's a monster to get approved to sell stuff to the federal
Yeah.
government. So, or any governments. It sounds
When
like in his
potentially
case.
a business making situation, I mean, if you can get approved and win the contracts, that's huge.
Sure.
I am in the middle of waiting on one with the state of California, so I understand. Not personally with others, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So first of all, it is federal. I said maybe it's not, but clearly federal. The name of
yeah,
it is Federal Contracting Center. I don't know if I don't know if this looks like a. It could be done on Groove, I guess. We keep talking about Groove
maybe.
so much is because we have cross client. We have a joint venture with them. Um, but I guess it could just easily be a WordPress as well. I mean, I could look and see, but anyway. So first of all, this is obviously this person is in a B2B climate. It's not the same as the last ones that we've done for the last few days that are B2C, meaning business to business instead of business to consumer. So there might be some things that are a little that we may say a little different than a to a B2C person. However, um, uh, this is a pretty big waste of space. If a business
Huge waste of
if a
space.
and it goes against some of what I think we've come up with as if we came up in a different way, like I'm sure there's a ton of his competitors that are doing something like this, and he probably thinks he's
Sure.
being innovative to have it do this. Ooh, that was bad. So I clicked this arrow, which someone might do. I mean, I know you want me to scroll, but when I clicked this arrow, it went all the way to here. So anyway,
Yeah, it flew
I would
past
say
that information that you want people to actually see and read.
I would I would tighten this up. Maybe they're drastically wanting them to see the Ronald Reagan building in the background. Um, I guess if that's the case, then you could put more of this info over that. But I don't think you need it. I think you can take this headline here. We are the leaders in making government contracting simple. Oh, that's not even a headline. That belongs in this space up here, maybe
Yeah.
like next to your next. This is like your logo. This is your slogan. That's fine. And then I'd start here, and then I wouldn't start here. But anyway, so this isn't saying how we help people's good to speak to contract. Okay, and then this is also not a funnel. This is that we can do all these other things here. Oh, I see. This just stays on the same page, which I do like. Um, that's fine. So this is all one page. Any thoughts on how to help?
Everything we said. Um, I would move. I like your idea of moving what they have as the headline up into the menu and then do an actual headline. I mean, this is a major pain point for people looking to sell to the government. So you should speak specifically to that. in your headline. If you want to use the Reagan building in the background, that's fine. You can use that same space, but I would drastically shorten the size of that space. It's not necessary, and go straight into
Well, it's
this
fine.
information is
That can be
great,
the
but
background. That can be the background as they scroll. Starting maybe here. I wouldn't make the first thing I do to speak to a contracting specialist. Please call. That's like asking for the sale before I've told you what I do. Maybe the headline is so good that's going to happen. I'm reading what you wrote me to see if I can discern a headline. So I'm a consulting firm that helps businesses get registered to win and bid on government contracts. What's their pain point? Any ideas?
there are so many. Speed, misplaced effort,
Red tape.
huge amounts of red tape, and weird rules.
Tired of trying to cut out. Tired of trying to cut through the red tape on your own.
Yeah, the red tape is the biggest barrier. And that is the problem, because what happens is normally people will attempt this stuff. They'll fill in the forms and they'll do one tiny little piece wrong, and it just gets spit back. With very little direction, very little, here's what you messed up, here's how to fix this, here's what to do, because the government doesn't do that. That's what Federal Contracting Center does. They will help you defeat the barriers before you ever face them, and that may be the way to do it.
Yeah, like I like that. Don't do it on your own. Kind of, I don't know if that's not quite professional enough for B2B, but like tired of cutting through the red tape on your own? Question mark, and then you get into what you do. I think that's pretty strong. This is misplaced. All these numbers, I don't. It doesn't mean anything to me at the top of a page like this. It needs to be more under how we help people. This is your testimonial section. I can't read it. It's too small. And yes, I'm the same age as many of your clients will be. Services. Yeah, this isn't quite presented. I just need something after that headline that we just came up with before getting into some of these numbers. I mean, the design of everything looks good. It's just what's being said isn't great. And then what's this contact us? I guess, again, I want this to have one goal, but you may want more than one goal, but then maybe make a page that only has, if you're going to advertise it, that only has one goal. But yeah, I think you just need a little bit more of thinking about what the customer pain is that you're overcoming and telling us what you do to overcome it, which is here, right? Our specialists provide high value, confidential, one-on-one consulting to help businesses research and bid.
Oh yeah, that should go above the to speak to a contracting specialist.
Right.
Definitely.
So this can pop up here. The font size on these testimonials is a bit too small. I love how we help people as a way to get into testimonials. That's cool. Services we offer, maybe. About us. This is a lot of. That's a little bit too much space on the about us, I think. And then remember
you should maybe expand the size of that font a little bit, give it a little more space. I like the picture in the background, and I love the opacity, and I think it's very readable, but it's also very small.
Yeah, but without reading this too much, the purpose of an about us is to it's a way to slide in information that's going to overcome objections. So number one, you want to let them know that your expertise and how long you've been doing it, but then think about what their objections are, and then write your about us in a way that overcomes an objection without them even thinking of an objection, right? So what might an object, so now we've got networking, we've got our workshops. It's just a lot of information getting thrown into this about us that might not really be.
I think you would be better having a stronger call to action than all the random detail.
Yeah. There's no real call to action. It's
No, contact
it's
us and then, register.
yeah.
So maybe you want to try something like that. Gather that if you can collect their information, it allows you to follow up. They may not be ready for your help, and you could be losing people every day that are going to need you in a month.
So just taking our normal freaking, direct response 101 approach, Mike. Um, is there something you could give to a business in exchange for their name and email and the right type of business? Do you have a guide, that basically ultimately you'd want to give them a guide on how to navigate, these treacherous waters themselves, but then at the same time, they'll get that, or maybe even you make it seem like within that guide, it's so there's so many things to try to watch out for. It's really best to work with a consultant like us. And furthermore, you wouldn't want to go to court without a lawyer, right? That kind of mentality. I know, like I don't do my own taxes anymore because I know that the IRS itself treats a letter from a CPA, better than a letter from an individual. Like they give it respect, and it could be the exact same letter. I've learned this the hard way. But anyway, and dealing with the government at all, you really shouldn't show up without a professional on your side. And that's what I think. A little, we're talking about a little fear balance in there, but I think you could have a page. It could be a pop-up from here, but it could be its own separate page that gives them something that they want, that that they're the right customer if they get this, and they're going to give you their name and email, and now you're able to communicate with them, and you can send them something every week, or every other week, some new guideline that changed. Like, all you hold all this information. So hey, if you're in the health insurance business, did you know that the SEC, the FDC is now requiring da 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 da. Whoever. So I'm just going off the hook, off the total, but with no knowledge of exactly who your niche market is, which it looks like it's just small businesses. So hey, did you know that the federal loan program, the Small Business Association loan program, is now accepting, blah, 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 right? So you can be the source of information, building a list. This page isn't going to do that. This page might get people.
That's that sort of thing. Those emails, those messages also establishes you as someone trustworthy who knows what's going on. So you can send out updates when they announce changes to requirements, changes to application processes. Any of those things are valuable to them, and you can do it in a fun way that is also informative and positions you as an authority as well. So it just makes sense to capture their information, because not everyone is going to need you when they come here. They may just be looking around to see what there is. So if they find you, you definitely want to give them the opportunity to connect with you on a deeper level.
Yeah, and as I dig into this a little bit, I wonder if we're the leaders in making government contracting simple. Do you? I mean, you're making it simple for your clients, I guess, right? Like, I don't know. I guess this isn't attached for me. This isn't attached to a strong enough pain point. I know it's so. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe
the red tape is the pain point. There's no question. That's the one.
Yeah.
Because
right.
dude, it immediately destroys any possibility of you getting what you want. So the fact that you can remove that's huge.
And I'm going to say something dumb here, but since we're talking about red tape, and then your call to action is literally in a red ribbon here, you might want your call to action to not be in a red ribbon. It might be more your headline is going to be red, and then this will be in a different color, because it's psychologically, maybe it's still psychologically saying you're the one that's going to cut through the red tape. I don't know, but like I just kind of thought that, like, in a funny way, that's a piece of red tape right there. Look at it, there it is. Maybe that's fine. So anyway, yeah, I would structure this more to we're going to give you an ethical bribe to give us your name and email, and now they're on a list that you can follow up with them and fix this up a little bit in the way that we've said as well. So those are two separate things. So I think we've given way too much for one of these, but I hope that helps, Mike. I hope it helps a lot. And if you have any questions, you can respond to the email. And I'm going to hit stop share. I don't know if that stops the recording or not. So here we go. No, it didn't stop the recording. Okay. I don't remember hitting stop recording last time. I must have had my finger over it and then just hit it. So yeah. All right. Well, that's it for this one. And we'll see you next time, probably in different clothes, hopefully.